Hello, and welcome back to Griff. Hello everyone! Today we're going to be talking about the movies of the holiday season. This video is a little bit late, but I thought, what the heck, I'll still go over it. First, if you watched the last video, that was all about the Halloween and fall season. The last video of Griff, that is. And I talked about my favorite Halloween movies. Just wanted to mention a couple runner-ups, you know, just in case you might have watched all of those movies I listed and need some more for next year. Number one is Murder Party. That is the first film by Jeremy Saulnier, I believe is how you pronounce his name. And it's a really good first effort. It's very low budget, but it seems that they made the best out of their budget and kind of stretched it. It's super dark comedy horror. It's worth checking out for sure. It's streaming right now somewhere. Sure, you can find out. And then also Hubie Halloween. People are divided on Adam Sandler. Some people hate Adam Sandler movies. Some people love them. I really liked Hubie Halloween, and that is on Netflix right now if you want to check that out. But let's just jump right into what I've watched lately. Number one, I mentioned that this was coming out on the last Griff Picks, Dune. Checked out Dune on HBO Max. It was good. It was very pretty to look at. I've never seen the first one, never read the books. So some of it was, I don't want to say confusing, but there was a lot of information thrown at you in like a short amount of time. I liked aspects of it. It looked beautiful. It was very well acted, well shot. And there was some good action. Part 2 has been confirmed to release at the end of 2022 or beginning of 2023. So it has been confirmed they are doing a part 2. Number 2 on my list is Censor. This is on Hulu right now. This is a horror movie. And I felt like this movie has an issue that I've been seeing a lot lately in a lot of movies, where it's very pretty to look at, but there's not a whole lot there. There's not a whole lot of substance. There's not a whole lot of story. But it was very pretty to look at. It had like those noir vibes, those 80s vibes. Good acting. I love the main actress in it. I can't remember her name, but I really enjoyed her. It had a good setup and first third of the movie. It's The Trip. This is a Swedish/Norwegian dark comedy thriller, really entertaining and original. I felt like I knew where it was going to go at some points, but it, went in other directions. I really enjoyed the ending of it. Till Death. This is also on Netflix. Stars Megan Fox, which I've always liked Megan Fox. I know some people aren't crazy about her, but I've always liked her. This is a thriller. It's pretty much a one-location thriller, which those can be tough because it's like, especially if it's set in modern day, it's like, how do you keep people in the one location, especially if they have things like a vehicle or a cell phone. But I thought this movie did a really good job of it. Again, it was another movie that kind of kept me guessing, kept me on the edge of my seat, really good suspense. And there was other times where I was like, where is this going to go? Like, how is it not about to end right here? Number 5 and 6. These are both on Amazon. This is The Wave and Flashback, which I've been looking out for this movie Flashback for a while. It didn't have great marketing, and I believe it got some delays, and it actually got a title change in the midst of those delays, but it finally got released. These are both kind of trip horror or psychedelic horror. you know, if you're into that subgenre like I am. Flashback stars Micah Monroe, and then I can't remember his name, but one of the leads from Teen Wolf. He was also in a film called American Assassin. I thought they were great in this movie. Everyone was great. Flashback, it really grabbed my attention and kept it the whole time. Towards the end, there's a few things that happen, and there was just kind of like a few holes in it. Ending was a bit iffy for me, but I still recommend checking it out. And then The Wave, this turned out not to be really horror at all, but more of another dark comedy thriller starring Justin Long, which I love Justin Long, who doesn't? I thought it was pretty good. It had its funny moments, and this one was really just all over the place. A little bit like, kind of left me scratching my head at times, like not sure what exactly was going on or what exactly they were going for. But all in all, pretty good. Ghostbusters 3, I was fortunate enough to get out to the theater to catch this one, and I'm so glad I did, because it's definitely one of those movies that you want to see in the theater, or at least on a big screen if you can. And it was fantastic. Hands down, like they knocked it out of the park. They got it. I mean, it looked beautiful. All the actors in it were phenomenal. Paul Rudd being Paul Rudd, it was great. He was funny. The mom in it, Carrie Coon, I believe is her name. She was actually kind of a standout. She was really good. Finn Wolfhard was great. I can't remember who plays the daughter, what her name is, but she was really good in it. There was ghosts, so that's a plus. They had a couple parts in it that really tugged on the heartstrings. They got a lot of the original cast in there. I would have liked to see a little bit more from the original cast, but I'm happy for what I got. All in all, really good. Pig. This is the new Nick Cage movie. It's like a crime, drama, thriller, mystery, everything. I'm not sure exactly how to classify this movie. I'm sure you've heard about it. It's on Hulu right now if you want to check it out. It was pretty good. It was, I would say, as far as Nick Cage movies go, like a slight step above. Black Widow. I really liked Black Widow. I did not really expect to love this movie, but I gotta say, I really liked it. As far as like a origin story goes, really great action sequences. They had some really good funny parts. And this was another movie that I wasn't expecting to, you know, have some really emotional, heartfelt moments in it. Definitely recommend checking out, especially if you're a fan of the MCU, you gotta check it out. The Nighthouse. This is a starring Rebecca Hall, horror thriller. I thought it was very original. There's some different, very unique things that the movie kind of throws at you. So that one I can recommend. In Search of the Dead. This is a low-budget, indie, paranormal documentary. Like I said, this video is kind of late, so I'm not sure if it's still free on YouTube, but it was free on YouTube on the Paranormal Scholars YouTube channel, which even if it's not, I recommend checking out their YouTube channel if you have any interest in the paranormal. It's very interesting, and they do a lot of videos. And I thought this was a really good first attempt at a feature-length doc. It felt a little bit long, a little bit drawn out at times, and a little slow at certain points, but all in all, I liked it. I like these people, I like their channel, and if it's no longer free on YouTube, I'm sorry, but you can go to their channel, and there should be a link there to their website where you can purchase it, and I think it's pretty cheap to view it. Alright, now we're jumping into movie news. Spider-Man No Way Home got a final trailer and a release on December 17th. Robert Eggers, the director of The Witch and The Lighthouse, has a new film coming out called The Northman, and there is a trailer out for that now. It has a stellar cast, so check that trailer out if you haven't already. And then, more news on him. His next film is supposed to be a remake of Nosferatu, starring Robert Pattinson and our girl Anya Taylor-Joy. which hopefully that pans out to be true because that sounds exciting. I mentioned before, Rob Zombie is making a film adaptation of The Munsters. This has been confirmed. Casting is finished, and there is a cast list out there as well as cast and title card photos available now if you want to check them out. Release is supposed to be sometime in 2022. There is an Orphan prequel due out in 2022 starring the star of the original, Isabelle Fuhrman. I love her. She's also in a new movie that's out now called The Novice, which looks really good. Okay, now we're talking about some new series news. The Nacelle Company. They are the guys that make the movies that made us and the toys that made us. There's new episodes of both of those series out right now on Netflix. I highly recommend those shows. They're really good. And then also, the Nacelle Company has their own YouTube channel, and they are releasing a series on YouTube called A Toy Store Near You. I believe there's 2 seasons of that out now, and you can watch all of it now for free on YouTube. I also highly recommend that. It's really good. I love the Nacelle Company and Nacelle channel. They're making some good stuff. I love it. Afterlife, the 3rd and final season, is due out at the end of January 2022. And then Ozark, the 4th and final season, is due out also at the end of January 2022. So a lot coming in Netflix. One last thing, I typically follow writers and directors when I'm searching for new films or movie news. Lately, I've also been following some studios. Namely, my 2 favorite studios to follow right now are A24 and Neon. And then an honorable mention to IFC Midnight. Studios like these are giving new writers and directors a chance to make low-budget indie films. And if you look at film history, it's movies like this that, that people took chances on, and movies that were new and original and unique ideas that are kind of standouts, classics or even cult classics today. If you can, support these films, get out to the theaters and see them if you can. If not, rent them. So anyway, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to those studios. Thank you for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Catch you next time.